Good morning, KU. Welcome back to another show. My name is Lauren Ritchie.
And I'm Mallory Price. Today we are bringing you everything sports from this past week.
What better way to start our show than highlighting the KU Duke football game? KU had an impressive performance as they have definitely proved the title football school.
Lauren was back at Memorial Stadium to talk all things KU football. Let's watch.
It was another exciting Saturday as the Jayhawks hosted the Blue Devils to a sold-out stadium, pulling out the win 35-27. To start out the game, Duke won the coin toss and chose to defer. However, KU could not do anything with the ball during that first drive. But towards the end of quarter one, tight end Trevor Cardell caught a 6-yard pass from quarterback Jalen Daniels for the first points of the game. 2 minutes later, the Blue Devils put up 7 of their own as running back Jalen Coleman runs 5 yards into the end zone. To start the second quarter, KU was able to add 7 more. Running back Daniel Highshaw Jr. taking it 76 yards to the end zone with an amazing run after the pass from Daniels. Definitely a SportsCenter top 10 play. 6 minutes into quarter two, the Blue Devils add 3 after a field goal from Charlie Ham. With only a minute left before half, wide receiver Luke Grimm catches Daniels' 19-yard pass, making it 21-10. Before the quarter was over, Duke put up 3 more after a 37-yard field goal. Coming out of half, the Jayhawks added 7 after wide receiver Lawrence Arnold caught a 36-yard pass to go up 15. After 20 plays and 92 yards, the Blue Devils scored a touchdown as running back Jordan Waters ran it in 3 yards. Turning around, the Jayhawks go 75 yards down the field, and after 8 plays, Daniels runs 3 yards home to put the Hawks up 15 again. With only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the game, Duke did not go away as quarterback Riley Leonard threw a 27-yard pass to wide receiver Jalen Calhoun for the touchdown. KU then knelt and let the clock run out. The Jayhawks are now 4-0 and will face Iowa State tomorrow for the homecoming game at 2:30 here at Memorial Stadium. This is a big game for the Hawks as they are currently first in the Big 12 and are battling for a top 25 spot. Make sure to pack the booth here tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next week for tomorrow's game highlights.
That was definitely a fun game to attend. We hope to see you all out there tomorrow.
Now we will turn it over to Noah for some more KU football.
Good morning, Jayhawks. My name is Noah, but many of you probably know me as Plunger Boy. For their 110th homecoming game, Kansas returns to Big 12 conference play in a matchup against the Iowa State Cyclones. Entering the 102nd matchup against the Iowa State Cyclones, the Jayhawks will look to go 5-0 for the first time since 2009. In that season, Kansas picked up their 5th straight win following a 41-36 win against the Cyclones. Led by 3-time Davy O'Brien Great List quarterback Jalen Daniels, Kansas has caught the attention of the entire college football world with a 4-0 record for the first time since 2009. Ranked 26th in the nation, the Jayhawks also have the chance to be ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 2009. On the other end, Iowa State enters this matchup suffering from their first defeat of the season against the Baylor Bears. Currently, the Jayhawks rank in the top 10 in multiple offensive categories. These categories include 2nd and 3rd down conversion percentage, 4th in points per game, 2nd in sacks allowed, 5th in passing efficiency, and 3rd in yards per play. The Cyclones will be the toughest matchup yet for the Jayhawks. Expect this matchup to go down to the wire. The booth will be packed for the 2nd straight game. I hope to see you all there. Rock Chalk Jayhawk!
Thanks, Noah.
Our Spark Note of today is all about prime Thursday night football. The Cincinnati Bengals hosted the Miami Dolphins last evening in Paycor Stadium. Miami came into this matchup looking to continue their hot start as they are 3-0 to start the season. Miami was looking to get the ball rolling until disaster struck in the second quarter. A sack on rising quarterback Tua Tagovailoa would leave him on the ground unmoving. Tua would have to be removed from the field on a stretcher.
Tua was injured in a similar fashion versus the Bills earlier this week after a sack that left him with a back injury. Tua would come back to win versus Buffalo, but that would not be the case in Cincinnati. At halftime, it was announced that Tua suffered back and neck injuries and would not return.
All eyes turned on Teddy Bridgewater to save the day for Miami. Bridgewater would go on to throw 193 yards with a touchdown, but a crucial interception with under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter by John Bell halted the Dolphins' attack within the red zone. With the Bengals up 20-14, Joe Burrow would capitalize on the turnover by marching his team 45 yards down the field to score on a play-action pass to Hayden Hurst.
Burrow played phenomenally against Miami. The 25-year-old completed 20 of 31 passes for 287 yards with a pair of touchdowns. Tyreek Hill hauled in 10 receptions for 160 yards on 14 targets. Uncharacteristically, Hill would not find the end zone against the depleted Cincinnati defense. Looks like Hill will need to pay Eli Apple with what he owes him another day. Bengals win 27-15, improving to 2-2. Looking forward, we will see them face up against division rival Baltimore Ravens. Tua and company will have some time to rest before game day versus the New York Jets in the Met. As of today, the Dolphins lead the AFC with a record of 3-1. Next up, Noah with our marquee matchups of the weekend.
We are back to preview some of the best NFL and NCAA football matchups this weekend. This weekend in college football will feature a top 10 matchup in Clemson, South Carolina. ESPN College Game Day will be in town as the number 10 ranked North Carolina State Wolfpack travel to face off the number 5 ranked Clemson Tigers. This pivotal ACC matchup is set to kick off at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on ABC. This weekend will also feature 2 important SEC matchups. The number 7 ranked Kentucky Wildcats will travel to Oxford to take on the number 14 ranked Ole Miss Rebels. The number 20 ranked Arkansas Razorbacks will try to pull off the unthinkable upset in their home stadium as they take on the number 2 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. Moving to the NFL, the Buffalo Bills will travel on to take on the Baltimore Ravens. The Bills are coming off a road loss in Miami and are also dealing with some injuries. The Ravens are also dealing with some injuries as well. Both quarterbacks are playing at an MVP level, so look for a lot of points here as Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson shoot it out. This game should have some serious early playoff implications in the AFC. The Jacksonville Jaguars will travel to Philadelphia to take on the undefeated Eagles. Head coach Doug Peterson will be returning to face off his old team. Watching the Eagles' high-powered offense against the improved Jacksonville defense will be a great threat. Will the Jags be able to contain Jalen Hurts and hand the Eagles their first loss of the season? Find out Sunday. Sunday Night Football will feature a Super Bowl 55 rematch between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Both teams are coming back in the great quarterback and high-powered offenses. Both teams are also coming off tough losses. Tampa Bay will be limited on offense as they are dealing with some injuries in the wide receiver room. Wide receivers Julio Jones, Chris Godwin, and Russell Gage are questionable to play on Sunday night. Look out for all these exciting matchups this weekend. Thank you for tuning in to this week's NFL and NCAA football preview. We will take a quick break. We'll be right back with some weather.
Welcome back to Good Morning KU Sports Edition. My name is Erin Borges. I'm here with a weather update for you all. So we have cross country and soccer that are away today, and then rowing is going to be away Saturday, while our football team is going to be home for their homecoming game, and then golf and softball are going to be away later on in the weekend and early next week. So let me go ahead and take you outside right now. We are sitting at about 54 degrees. It is sunny and we are slowly warming up today as the sun is slowly rising. Our wind is coming out of the southeast this morning. And our cross country team is actually starting their race right now as well. So in Columbia, Missouri, they're also at 54 degrees. The sun is shining there. They're going to see a high of about 75 today, but while they're running, it's going to be kind of cool like it is here. And then over the day today, we are going to see a high of about 77, and we're going to hit that right after 3 p.m. And that high is probably going to be hit while our softball team is playing today at 4:30 p.m. here in Lawrence. Our swimming team is also going to be having a meet in Topeka at 2 p.m. But Topeka's weather is really what we're seeing here right now. So same kind of thing, highs in the 70s today. Lots of sun, very minimal clouds, and that's what today's going to bring us. For Saturday, one more thing for today, we have the soccer team playing in West Virginia at 6 p.m. today, and at 6 p.m. in West Virginia, it's going to be cloudy. We're going to see 61 degrees when they're starting their game, and it's going to be kind of breezy. The winds are coming out of the northeast there right now, so the soccer team can expect some cloudy, breezy, cool conditions tonight while they're playing that game. And then this is our travel conditions really for Saturday afternoon. Just a quick look at kind of what's going on in the nation. The blues are in the 50s and 60s and the greens are about in the 70s. So of course, warmer right there. And then in a lot of our Kansas area, it is going to be about 70 degrees. So very consistent temperatures really nationwide. Not too much variation this weekend. And then tomorrow on Saturday for our football day, we have some temperatures for the hours here. The football team starts their game at 2:30 p.m. and it's going to be about 76 degrees here. Very sunny, very warm still. So be sure that you are wearing that sunscreen when you are out in the stadium because it's going to be very sunny and there's not much shade there in the stands. So just be mindful of that as you get ready for that game tomorrow. And then our rowing team is going to be in Oklahoma City on Saturday as well. And I just put the high up for Saturday for Oklahoma City because the rowing team has not announced when they're starting their race. So the high for Oklahoma City that day is going to be 82 degrees. And it's going to be sunny skies and warm pretty much all day down there. And then let's go over to Sunday. We have the softball team playing in Lincoln, Nebraska, and they have 2 games that day, so I put both of them on here at 12 p.m. Their first game, it's going to be 73 degrees. And then for their second game at 2:30 p.m., it's not much different. It's just going to be slightly warmer, still going to be sunny, still going to be clear. So the softball team is going to see some nice weather up there in Nebraska. And then just one look real quick at the golf tournament. The golf tournament is going on in Fayetteville, Arkansas. It's going to be on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I just wanted to briefly go over those days. Monday, they're going to see a high of about 80. Tuesday morning, it's going to be a bit cooler in the 51 degrees. And then Tuesday for a high, they're going to see 79. Wednesday's high is going to be 76. So pretty much what we're seeing here. Lots of sunshine. Little bit of that temperature still being in the high 70s, while the lows get lower in the 50s, of course. And then just one quick look at the 7-day forecast, and I'm going to step off screen here so you can take a full look at that. And that is what we are going to see for the rest of the week. Thank you so much for joining me on this weather update, and we will see you back here on the show after this break.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
One of the biggest announcements this week came from the NFL. On Sunday, the league announced that Rihanna will be performing the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
In other NFL news, the league sent a memo to all 32 teams warning that players could now face fines for breaking tablets and other league-issued equipment, according to Fox Sports reporter Jay Glazer. This threat came after Tampa Bay quarterback Tom Brady broke 2 tablets in Week 2 when the Buccaneers played the New Orleans Saints. Brady also received a warning from the league last season after Week 15 when he broke a tablet while also playing the Saints.
The Buccaneers are set to play the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday despite the impact of Hurricane Ian. Ian made landfall in Tampa on Wednesday, but the Bucs practice in Miami to avoid the storm. The primetime game on Sunday is still set to take place in Tampa. And the United States women's basketball team broke the BA Women's World Cup scoring record in Australia on Monday in a game against South Korea. The final score of the game was 145-69.
A few weeks ago, the Boston Celtics suspended head coach Ime Udoka for the 2022-23 season. Udoka violated various team policies and his actions prompted a team investigation. Assistant coach Joe Mazzulla was named interim head coach for the season, and the Celtics organization has made no indication of its plans for Udoka beyond this season.
Roger Federer played his final professional tennis match last Friday in the Laver Cup and lost to Francis Tiafoe from the U.S. In his career, Federer won 20 Grand Slam titles, the third most of all time in men's singles. Federer was the first male player to win more than 14 Grand Slams. His 15th win was at Wimbledon in 2009. His last Grand Slam win was the 2018 Australian Open, where he beat Marin Cilic from Croatia to win his 20th title. Now back to Barry for our NBA preview.
It's a beautiful day in Lawrence, Kansas, and the NBA season is almost here. The preseason starts today, and to all the KU fans of the NBA, you have a lot to look forward to this season. I'm going to break down the top 3 dark horse teams to look out for this NBA season. Starting off the first team, the Atlanta Hawks. They have made some fantastic moves this offseason, adding depth on the bench that includes Frank Kaminsky, Trent Forrest, Tyrese Martin, and Aaron Holiday. These were smart moves from Atlanta. Their biggest offseason addition was DeJounte Murray. If you've seen the chemistry of Trae Young, Murray, and John Collins in the Drew League, you just know they are a team to look out for. Now that Trae Young has more help, it'll be a problem in Atlanta. I have them going at the 6th seed. Our next team will be the New Orleans Pelicans. They had a decent run last year with the great pickup later down the season of C.J. McCollum. Now that they're getting a healthy Zion coming back, they were also last in three-point percentage last year, but with the solid draft, they should look to improve in that area. The Pelicans have good depth, no weakness at any position. This will be a dark horse team in the West, and I also have them finishing at 6th seed. Our last dark horse team will be the Los Angeles Lakers. With the healthy Anthony Davis, this team could thrive. It didn't go well for the Los Angeles Lakers last season, but with them missing many games, but when Davis is there, he and LeBron complement each other very well. Do not count this team out because many people have already. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA preview, and it is a lot to look forward to this season around the league. Mallory and Lauren, back to you.
Thanks, Barry. Albert Pujols has joined the 700 home run club. The 42-year-old veteran is the fourth player to join the club with the likes of Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, and Babe Ruth. In his final season, Pujols hit 2 home runs against the Dodgers last Friday to put him at 700. He celebrated with his teammates and family as the legend received a standing ovation by the Dodger fans. Aaron Judge has tied Roger Maris's American League record with 61 home runs in a season. Judge's home run puts his team ahead 5-3 in a win against the Blue Jays to tie with Maris's. This record has been standing since 1961 as the Yankees have 7 more games for Judge to break their record. Their series with the Orioles starts tonight and all eyes will be on Judge.
With the playoffs starting next week, there is a very tight race to see who will squeeze into these final spots. The Yankees and Cardinals clinched their divisions on Tuesday as they join other teams such as the Guardians, Dodgers, Astros, Mets, and Braves in the postseason. Not far behind are the Blue Jays as they lead the Rays by 1.5 games. The Rays lead the Mariners by 1.5 games, and the Mariners lead the Orioles by 3.5 games. The Braves lost last night, the Mets won, the Phillies lost, and the Mets have 1 game up on the Braves.
This year's postseason will feature a new format, expanding the pool of teams from 10 to 12 and replacing the 2 single-elimination wildcard games with 4 best-of-3 wildcard series to be followed by the best-of-5 division series. A lot of interesting things happening in the sports world.
Yes, there are. Make sure to come back next week for even more highlights in the sports world.
I hope everyone has a good and safe homecoming weekend. Rock Chalk. Bye.
Bye.